Welcome to episode 3. Stay tuned. What you saying, cuz you good?
Yeah, I'm calm. You know what's funny? Because your sideways is throwing me off.
Do you know what? This is what I was saying to you before. Like, it's mad. And you're sideways to me. Like, people that are listening on the audio version, obviously we do the podcast virtually. So yeah, like you're at like a 90-degree angle. It's mad. It's mad right now. But what are you saying anyway? You good?
Yeah, I'm calm. Yeah, decent week. I can't remember if I told you, but paid off my student loan finally.
Oh really?
Yeah,
That
it's
yeah,
a bit.
that's a round of applause. If we had the sounds now on this podcast, that's a hey, everyone starts clapping moment, man. Yeah, that must feel good though. You must feel, because not many people get that do you know what I mean? That achievement.
Yeah. I think, well, especially the ones that are paying like 9 grand a year. So yeah, it's calm, man. It's I can imagine it will be like, when you maybe paying child maintenance and you have your last payment and you have to do it no more
Man said
because
OJ with the
that
leather gloves.
bringing it back. No,
Hey,
because that was a hefty chunk of money that was coming out of my account. So
it's like another
it's
mortgage,
good.
cuz like
Yeah,
this is what I'm trying to say to people when yeah, I mean I know a couple of people that obviously they hit that threshold. Is still the same that you got to hit a particular threshold in terms of your wages, and then it kicks in or something like that, isn't
yeah,
it? That's how it works. So I know there's a couple of people that for years they stayed under the threshold for that reason, because to be fair, they wasn't seeing the money that they would have been getting if they went over that particular part of the wage structure. So they can't, but then it catches up with you, because then you either stay in the job for a period of time or you want to excel in your job, but then obviously you got to kick in, the student loan kicks in. But fair play, man, because not many people, like I said, not many people are doing that. Not many people are achieving that. You're a new man. You got
yeah.
yeah, new bit of money.
Free
They're
and that
just free, man. Shackles are off.
little bit extra to help.
That's a
But
little
yeah,
bit.
man. But yeah, we
That must be a change and a half.
it's a bit still. Holiday money.
Yeah, no numbers, but yeah,
Yeah.
we see you over there. We see you over there.
Chilling. What are you saying anyway?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. So obviously, yeah, end of the week, so I'm good. It's been a long week, man. Been a long week,
Mm,
lots to cram in, but I'm good. I'm good. What have I done this week, man? I'm trying to think what I've done. You know what? I've been to the school twice. Been to the school more than I've been at
yeah.
home. Like, yeah, loads of like them meetings, like just random meetings. You know, like where they're teaching people to suck. What's that saying? Suck eggs or whatever. That
Suck
stupid saying.
eggs.
Like, yeah, like we know this already. We know this, but I think they just have to do it. The tick box thing, all that stuff. But yeah, man. Apart from that, I'm blessed, man. Blessed. But to be fair, I wanted to start the pod by obviously the news. My energy's been off. Actually, I'll be honest. My energy's been off since Wednesday. Obviously, the news about the young girl getting stabbed and getting killed in it. Like, so my energies have been
Yeah.
mad off. So yeah, thoughts with her family and everyone, man, because that's like
Mm,
that's just a mad thing to try and even process and just like think about what her family's going through, what she went through, you know, protecting a friend, allegedly protecting a friend, and all the stuff that obviously we don't know facts. You know what I mean? It's a lot of speculation and nothing's really been concrete. But it's just a mad world, cuz that we're living in. So just grateful that I got my kids safe and all the rest of it, man. Gotta be honest.
yeah. No, it is. I've read bits and pieces about it, and there's just so many elements to what I'm assuming is speculation, but likely to be true. Just in terms of the ages of obviously the girl and obviously the guy that's committed the act. And even just the people that had to witness it, like like the bus driver. I know there's accounts and a bus driver had to go and do his best, but it wasn't. Obviously, it was just wasn't ever going to be enough. Funny enough, my mum was saying, because she sort of works around that side, and she was I think she was on her way to work, or she'd like gone past just after it had kind of happened and stuff, and even obviously should have said trigger warning at the beginning, but she was saying she was a bit triggered because obviously with me and my brother growing up in in the times that we grew up in. She's saying about it just brought back all the memories, all the concerns that she had, and obviously there were a couple of incidences that both of us separately were involved in. So, um, on the receiving end, I should say, not on the perpetrator end. But yeah, it's it took it. I don't know about you. I think you're saying the same. It took me like an hour or so just to digest what I'd read and
Yeah.
just the nature of it and everything.
Yeah, no, it did. It was even now, like just thinking, just processing things and just thinking there's so much things like, and it's probably not even for this podcast, like this episode. It's probably for a later episode when, but it's just like there's so much to unpick and it's probably not even the right time to do it. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, I was thinking, obviously the murderer, that's what you got to call him. Like, what situation has he been in to feel that he has to do that? Do you know what I mean? And like, what's happened in his life as well? That's a conversation that I don't think people, not that they're not willing to have it, they probably don't feel that it's necessary to have right now because of the victim losing her life. But it was mad, cuz like, and because I was having obviously conversations with people, and do you know how easy it is? Like, I literally went in on a website, literally put in the word machete. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how easy it is to just go and order a machete offline? And do you know what? It was $15.99, cuz £15. And they wonder why there's these kids walking around. Their mum's probably in work. If the dad's still around, the dad's probably still in work. So these kids, because that's what they are, they're kids, they're walking around with these zombie knives, killing each other. And it's so accessible to just get a machete or anything, samurai sword off the internet. It's mad. It's mad. It's killing. Meek Mill said it right. Meek Mill said we're the new KKK, kings killing kings. It's the truth. Because we're just killing each other. It's cause I can't. I don't think I can even talk about it properly, like so early in the morning. But it's mad.
I think it's true though. I think the question that comes up is how did we end up here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just how did we get here? Even if I know, because we talked about loads of times, the kids carrying knives and we've seen all the videos and stuff. But still, you're thinking, how's that come to this? You know what I mean?
It's just sad because like, and then do you know what annoys me when things like this happen? There's so many different like groups of people that all think they're right, and people will tell me that like, the police have to do more, and then when the police try and do more, they just stop and search people. Because at the point that I'm at now with two kids that are young kids, stop and search might have to be a thing. I'm sorry, because there's that you can't. No one wears a label when they've got a flipping a zombie knife. They don't wear a label. They don't tell you. So unfortunately, to keep people safe, you might have to just stop and search. It might have to be that because there's that many people carrying knives. Forget the race as well. White, Asian, purple. It don't matter. Like at the end of the day, there's that many. Like knife crime is rife in the UK. In the UK, not just in London, in Birmingham, in Manchester, Liverpool. There's violence everywhere. Like it's not even just a London thing, and it's like. I don't know. The police are trying to do one thing. People are saying, no, but you can't do that. Da, 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 da. And it's just, for me, it's not even a policing thing now. It's more, there's no, I think we spoke about this on here or another podcast, what we're saying about like community police, when they used to be in the communities and they used to know the people in that community. The community used to know that police officer. That don't happen no more. So that's one big thing. They're talking about stricter laws and that. Do you think some of these people don't care about laws? They don't care about additional sentences and spending 10 years, 30 years in prison because Wednesday proved that.
No, for sure. I mean, as you're saying that, because I was trying to think. Obviously, when we was growing up, there was a lot of knife crime, like, and obviously, didn't have social media in them times, so you just be hearing about it, or sometimes in my case is seeing it. But you know what I think I realize what shocks me about a lot of the stories now is growing up. I'd say this is anecdotally, but maybe 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the cases it was street. You know what I mean? Like there was someone involved in something. Very rarely was it. I'm looking at these now. I'm looking at Wednesday. That don't seem like it was any related to any let's say crime ties. There was the one. I mean, there's been loads, but there was. I don't know if you heard about the one where the kid stabbed the teacher in the stomach in the school. I think it was up north somewhere. It just I think that maybe the teacher told him off or something, like hotted him up in the class. So he came in on Monday morning, went for it, and just stabbed him in the stomach, and they had to close the school down. This is what I mean. Like I don't remember those kind of things happening so much. I feel like now it's just a bit of. I feel like you don't even hear about if you're gonna call them gangs or whatever. I don't really hear about those ones. It's just senseless.
Mm.
Like,
It's, I think
so
it's,
that's the shocking thing for me anyway.
I think it's because you're right. I think it's because more so now we've been like normalized to it. But the
Yeah.
sort of everyday gang kind, not even gang, like that's just like the word that people like to put on top of that. But it's just crime, life crime. You don't have to be in a gang to stab someone, but
Yeah.
it's more the normalization of even guns. Like, cause do you know how many times like I read the papers up here, like, or I'm on the app, like the local Liverpool news app up here, the Liverpool
Mm.
Echo app. Gunman bosses shots in someone's street, just a random street or outside near a school, and it's like it's normal. It's not like back in the day. You wasn't going to school for the next week until you found the person who done that. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
mum wouldn't send you to school, or like the whole street would be locked off, or the school get closed because they need to find the gunman. Whereas now, you like it's just normal. Like to me, it's just normal. And I think you said something about social media. I think that's probably the worst thing that this next generation, like below us and the one below them as well, could come into, because it's like
Mm.
it's just like we're just, I don't know. People blame, like, I think there's a lot of blame culture. I think, people blame social media for certain things. I've seen like people saying about Andrew Tate, which is a whole separate conversation
Mm.
for linking that with misogyny, which again, separate conversation. But just like parents need to be held accountable. I'm old school, so I was having a conversation with someone on Twitter, and she was like saying, "Oh, the government need to do more. We need to pump more money into the government to help this and help that." And part of me agrees with it. The first thing I said to this woman online was, "I agree with you, but parents have to be held accountable as well, because at the end of the day, a school can only teach you so much." About, we spoke about this last episode about the whole curriculum
Yeah.
needs to be changed and all that, but there's only so much a teacher can teach you. There's only so much a youth worker can teach you. A
Yeah.
parent has to do the job first. The parent's job. Don't bring a kid into the world if you're not willing to educate them on right and wrong and what they're supposed to be doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know me anyway. Like that. I believe that it does start in the home. I still blame our government though. I think th- with everything
Blame them
that's
for what though?
happened.
What do you blame them for? Sorry to cut
So
you up, but this is what I was trying to get
no,
out of
no,
this
no, it's
this
fine.
woman, and she wasn't really like answering the question.
So it might, how I feel about politics. Whether it's this government or the next government, most likely similar things will happen. But I do believe that this government in particular has just sold a couple of generations down the river. And although it's not an excuse, it's like the whole thing. If you play Call of Duty and go out and shoot someone, it's the Call of Duty's fault. It's not really like that. But I feel like whereas when I was growing up, there was so much stuff for the kids to do. It was a bit easier to mix. I think there was more available. The disparity between the rich and the poor wasn't so big. I feel like now, like the parenting has to be flawless. Otherwise, the maddest of madnesses could happen. And I think that's because the government has taken so much away from the everyday, average Joe, leaving people with I've nothing to lose really. Like they just, I feel like, and I know the context behind what happened on Wednesday is a bit different based on some things I've heard. I wouldn't say necessarily it's a poverty thing, just based on a few things I've read about the case and who the people were that were involved. But I just still feel like I'm looking at this generation thinking, yeah, like what the fuck you got to, at times, like, what the fuck you got to aspire to, because can't really buy a house. Going uni's a myth if you ain't got money. Even if you don't want to do those things, it's hard to just do anything. So, and I feel the government has just taken that away, and that's why I say, uh, even if you had a bit of a chance, you got the best, you know, you got the best home. But there's a few issues. Maybe mum's got to be out working, or you've got to be left on your own, or you've got a couple of siblings. The society is ready to take you and make you start moving mad anyway. And that's why I say the government, for me, is a big factor in that.
I've not that I don't agree with that, because I do feel like youth centers, and I remember growing up, we had like 5-a-side pictures literally
There's
everywhere
loads
and
of stuff
everything.
to do. Yeah,
But I'll say that, but I do think that's an excuse for a lot of people that they use, because I know there's people. I can use my brother as an example. Like he's the best example I could use. Like he got himself through uni. He made opportunities for himself. I didn't help him that much. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's people, to me that's a cop out, because when people say, "Oh, I'm living in poverty," this and that, well, change your surroundings. I know it's not as easy as that. I know it's not as black as white as
yeah.
you can just go and do that, but you can help yourself. So just saying, "Oh, the government's not doing this for me, so fuck that, I'm just going to do it." That's to me, that's a mad mentality, because you can make any opportunity in this day and age. And we said this about the whole social. We're talking about you don't even need a shop. You can open a business online or whatever. Because there's people starting up businesses with like £100, £200. Like even your benefits, you save 2/3 of your benefit for the next 3 months.
But I think that's if you're a bit older, innit? I'm talking about them
Nah,
ones that
because
are probably
there's
between like 9 and 17. Nah, come on, man. Yeah,
because there's
I
people
can't expect.
16, 17 that are opening their own business online right now. It's just that they've
Yeah,
got a
but
different
then
mentality to certain people. Now it's a cop out, because honestly, because people use that as as
you
an
think
excuse that they.
I think that's unfair though, because that's
Because if
great
you
for
was in that,
all of them
let me ask you a
15, 16
question.
year olds. Go on,
Sorry, let me ask you a question. If you was in that
go on.
situation, are you telling me that you would say, because there's no youth centers, because I haven't got a youth worker, because I haven't got this, I'm gonna go and do a madness on the street? Because that's what people say. I'm not saying you're saying that, but that's what
The
people
thing
use
is
that.
though, I know that I could have very.
But you didn't.
I think we're going
I know
into
you're
too
gonna
much
say
detail. No,
no,
but
but you
the reason,
didn't.
the reason I didn't though is because I had friends around me that was looking at it thinking, you wouldn't last in this environment, but not necessarily because I couldn't handle it, but I was just too much of a hothead, so I wouldn't last because just I don't like taking orders
But
or listening to
you
people.
made a choice. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's
I did, but
opportunities.
I had
So,
but it was fortunate because I just happened to have, especially like one or two friends that just said this trip ain't for you, but I would have
but you
gone.
don't need
Do you
you
know?
didn't need them.
Do you know
You
what I
didn't
mean?
need them to tell you, because you didn't need them to tell you, because you
But
knew.
I,
But then that's
we
a
both
choice.
know though that
Yeah, I hear what you're
it's a
saying, but
sliding doors moment.
that's a choice. That's a choice. You can't blame that on the government, because you're making them choices, and this is where we have to be held accountable as people. We can't, like, the same government that we've had in have not changed anything since they've been in power, so we can't still expect them now. What is it?
No, they haven't.
Four.
They've. Listen, I can't even bother to get into it, but
No, but
for,
that's what I'm trying to say though. They haven't. What have they changed? They haven't changed anything. So now you got to take your own. You've got to take your own opportunities yourself. Some people are saying like,
no,
"Oh, but the government haven't done
I
this
think
for
that's
me."
unfair. If I don't know, like coming back
Cause
to the
come on,
example
man.
that I was making, though, the reason why I was able to step away is because there was something else to step away into. So
Because
if
the
someone's telling
opportunities are
me,
different now. Remember, you're how old? Like, without even saying your age, but you're a lot older than the
no, but
people
I'm
we're
in
talking about.
thirties, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
the
yeah.
opportunities that you had then were very limited. There's too much opportunity. You could just get a camera, an iPhone, and make a business out of it. Do you know how much access of this things to access right now? You don't need to be going uni or not. You can make. People are
But
making
I
millions
think
of
you're saying
pounds.
that with your mindset because of how things work. Like we had to have that
I'm not.
kind of mindset
I'm not
growing
saying it because of
up
that.
because No, no,
or
no. But
not?
I think it plays a role though.
You might do, but I'm just saying that there's opportunities, and you take the
Yeah,
road that you
yeah,
take. You got to face the consequences. So we can't keep blaming
yeah.
the
Hundred
government, this,
percent.
that, the other, and then we want the police not to do this, this, and this, but then we want the police to run the streets properly. But then it's contradiction
It's
because we're
it's
saying that
not
at
it's
one
not
point we
it's
don't
not
want to
black
stop
and
and
white like
search,
that though. Because yeah,
but it kind of is
I'll
though, isn't
happily
it?
see the
Because
police stop and search. I don't think it is because I'm happy to see the police stop and search. But when they start moving racist, I then I don't want them to be racist while they're doing it, but they can still do it. But a lot of them will be racist and do it, and that's what the issue is. It's like the government. What I'm not saying is they're to blame for Wednesday or everything that's happened, but they've also had a massive role in just selling the futures of a lot of the generations down the river. Apart from their own kids, a lot of them, their kids are fine. Do you know what I mean? And they're fine
make your
because they're skimming all the money from us to pay for their kids, their house. Do you know what I mean? But them other
I
kids
don't
that don't
disagree
have
with that though.
that,
I
but it
don't
makes it
disagree with that.
harder. So I
It
can
does, but
understand
then,
why.
your mum and my mum and everyone else's mum must have told you from a young age you got to work harder anyway. So you knew that. You knew that before you even got out the front door. You got to work twice as hard because of the color of your skin. My mum told me that, so
Yeah, but
I didn't rest on
was
my
it easy
laurels.
though? You can't tell me that 100% of the time you're like, I'm just gonna just keep
But
plugging
life
away.
ain't easy, cuz this is what I'm trying to say to you. Life ain't easy.
I know, but you must have
So
had
it don't.
days where you were thinking, oh, this is long, man. I could just go and
No,
could do, and then you didn't do it.
I'll tell you the
Do you know what I
truth.
mean?
I'll tell you the truth. When I left school, I had a crossroads. I could have gone down a madness
Yeah,
path, and I could have gone
yeah,
down a normal path. At that crossroads, that's my choice. If I want to go down the madness, I went down there a little bit, and I thought, no, 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 let me turn back. Let me turn back. I took the wrong turn. That's not the exit I needed. I need to get back on the motorway and carry on my life. That's it. That's it. To me, that's where it comes black and white because I didn't. You can choose that life. You can choose to do the madness, but then you got to be held accountable. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to do a madness, you can't then
yeah,
start blaming this, that, the other, and blaming this person and blaming that. You done the madness. So that's it. About your choices and that, or what's available to you, go and make your own opportunity. This is 2023. Opportunities are there. You can do anything in this. I said this to you when we was in Barca. The opportunities are there. The opportunities are so. The next generation are so lucky they don't realize it because when we were growing up, we didn't have those opportunities. Opportunities now. You can go. You could be a millionaire just off social media. Do you know what I mean? People are monetizing off FIFA. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's things out there. People are
yeah.
making thousands of pounds a night
But
playing FIFA.
this is the point though. You can let's say you can monetize off FIFA, for example, but you need to have the setup in order to be able to do it, and you
Because you
also
need a
need
TV
to.
and an Xbox. That's it. You don't need nothing else. A TV, Xbox, and a webcam.
Come on, you
Do you know
got
how
to
cheap that
upload the
is?
video. Like you know what I mean? There's bits to it,
Cause
and
you
you
can
got to
do that
have the
off your
time. You
phone.
got to have.
Nah, you're making excuses, come. Sorry. You can upload a video off your phone. Your iPhone can upload a video. You don't need no Canon or Nikon, nothing. You literally need an iPhone, an Xbox, and a TV and a headset with a mic. You're making money.
Yeah, yeah.
You make you
I'm
could be
not
in the
denying.
dirtiest house, the dirtiest box room, and still make £1,000 a night. So
Yeah, I'm not denying that. But I'm just saying, I just don't think it's as black and white as that. I still, and I feel that I do feel the government has had a massive hand to play. Whether things are
I'm not
easy or
saying that they
not,
haven't
I
though.
can,
I
yeah,
agree with
yeah.
you. Like
No,
they
no,
have.
that's the
But
same.
go and make your own opportunities. Don't wait for the government to change your life. Go and change your life without the government. You don't just go and help do the best you can with the tools that you've got. That's all I'm saying. This whole thing about we're waiting on the government haven't helped people for generations. So what do you think they're going to do for you now? They're not going to turn around and go, oh, do you know what? We've been messing around for 55 years. We're going to suddenly turn around and start helping the people that we haven't helped for 55 years. They're not going to do that. So nothing's going to change with them. So what are you waiting for? Every day you're on earth is a day closer to death. So what are you waiting for? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I feel that. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not condoning anyone's behavior or, you know, encouraging or suggesting. But I understand why someone will just look at life and think, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go down this route." When a certain combination of things come together. Well, listen, like you said, a lot of us have had crossroads for one reason or another. you can only really go down one path. You can't really do both unless you're a ghost, innit? You know.
Man said Tommy
and
Egan.
even he got it. So, it's not possible, man. It's not
Listen,
possible.